Hi, my name is Wendy Hendry. I am a certified health coach. My certification comes through the Villanova School of Nursing Center for Obesity Prevention and Education. First, I just want to say thank you for taking a few minutes to listen to this short presentation on health. I want to start by telling you a little bit about my story. I have always had weight problems ever since I can remember. By the time I was done having my children, I was about 200 pounds. I was pre-diabetic, I had arthritis, I really just did not feel very good. I knew I needed to do something, so I started exercising, which helped. I felt better, I lost a little bit of weight, but no matter how much I exercised, I could not get to a healthy weight. 2 years ago, I was introduced to this program and I was able to get down to 125 pounds, which was miraculous for me. But the cool thing is that I have been able to maintain that healthy weight. And the reason I've been able to maintain that weight, this healthy weight, is because this program teaches you good habits. It teaches you how to be healthy for life, and then getting to a good healthy weight is just a side effect of that, of being healthy. That's the opposite of most diets, right? That do the exact opposite of that. I want to start with a few statistics. If you look here, the Center for Disease Control started keeping stats on the states in 1985. By 1995, they had statistics on all of the states. The blue color represents the obesity rate back then, which was between 10 and 19%. Skip forward to the year 2010, you can see that it's mostly orange, red, yellow. The orange is 25 to 29% obesity. You can also see some of the red states there, which is greater than 30%. Some other important facts. In this country, 2 out of 3 adults are overweight, and 1 in 3 of those are obese. 1 in 5 kids also face obesity, which is a staggering and scary statistic. 25 million Americans have diabetes. 79 million are pre-diabetic, and most don't even know about that yet. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of the program, I want to ask you a couple of questions about your health goals. Maybe it's that you want to eat healthier, get more physical activity. Maybe you need to reduce stress, have better sleep habits. All of these things are really important and they all affect your health. So if you could do anything physically, if you could have all the energy in the world, what would you want to do? Would it be ride a bike or run a race, play with your kids? It might be that you just want to be able to walk up and down the stairs without losing your breath. What would you do if you had all of that energy? Also ask yourself who would benefit if you got healthy. I know for me, my husband and I, we have 8 children. We're a blended family. And as I got healthy, my family got healthy because I learned how to make better meals. I had better, healthier food in the house. And then the final question is, if you could choose optimal health, would you? That sounds silly, but you need to decide if you're motivated to get healthy. It's intrinsic. If you're not motivated to get healthy, nobody can do it for you. So it's an important question to ask. All right, let's talk about some matters of health. I want to give you some good tips that you can start implementing right away. One of them is to wake up and eat within 30 minutes. Most of us don't know that we're supposed to do that, but it's really important because not only does it kickstart your metabolism into gear, but it also signals to your body that it's time to stop storing fat, get you ready for the day. We also need to eat every 2 to 3 hours. This isn't only important for your metabolism, it's also important because it keeps your blood sugar even. When we eat only every once in a while, it spikes our blood sugar and we have those ups and downs, and that's when we need to take our 3 p.m. nap, right? Eating every 2 to 3 hours, 5 to 6 times a day, keeps that level. It's important also that you eat protein and carb balanced foods. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. Also water, so important. You want to get about half your body weight in water in ounces. So for example, if you're 200 pounds, you want to have about 100 ounces of water. That's just a good rule of thumb. Another good rule of thumb is to not drink your calories. Get rid of the soda, get rid of the juice. Water's better, and you're going to feel better too. Okay, time matters. Why is it important that we eat 6 small meals a day versus eating 3 meals a day? There was a study done at the University of Toronto. They gave 2 groups of people the exact same food, the exact same calories. That's important, the exact same food. Group number 1 ate 3 times a day. Group number 2 ate 6 times a day. The group that ate 6 times a day reduced their cholesterol by 15%, reduced their blood insulin by 28%. They lost more weight and they were less hungry. If you look at this chart right here, you can see that eating the 6 times a day keeps your glucose closer to the baseline, right? Which means you're producing less insulin, which keeps your blood sugar even, which keeps you even. Another good way to think of this is if you think of our bodies like a car. When we floor on the gas pedal of a car, it just pours all that gas into the engine and it's wasted, right? Probably goes out into the street or something because the engine can't use all of that fuel at once. And our bodies are the same way. We go all day without eating, and then we come home and we eat this big giant meal, and our body can't metabolize all of those calories at once. And unfortunately, we can't dump it out into the street, and so it goes right into our fat cells for storage. Much better to put our body on cruise control to give us just enough fuel to get through the day, right? That's what this program does. Combination matters. Like I mentioned before, those 6 meals need to have a protein and a carb. Most people think that they can only get their their proteins from meats and stuff, but that's not true. There's lots of good ways to get proteins. You can have egg and Greek yogurt. You can have low-fat cheese. Of course, you can have the fish and the meat and the poultry, but you can also have beans and soy and cottage cheese. One thing that's really helpful too is you can have those protein mixes, the shakes, that helps supplement your protein too. As far as carbs go, most of us, when we think of carbs, think of bread and Twinkies, right? But there's a lot of healthy carbs that we can have: fruits and berries and vegetables. Whole grains are great: granola, steel cut oats, quinoa. All of that stuff's really healthy. So make sure when you eat those 6 meals that you have one of each, because that keeps it balanced. One thing that has really helped me is the portion controlled meal replacements. Not only did it help me get to a healthy weight, but it's just super handy because I am busy. I do not have time to prepare 6 gourmet meals every day. I couldn't prepare gourmet meals anyways. But one thing is, these help me because I keep them in my car, I keep them in my purse, so that when I get hungry, I don't have to pull through Taco Bell. I can just grab one of these. It saves me money and it saves me time. Your plate matters. This is what we call the 9-inch plate rule. Half the plate is fruits and vegetables. A quarter is protein and a quarter is healthy starches. Usually in the restaurants, they use 12 to 14-inch plates. So this one is smaller, and you want to note the portions. For the protein, an example would be 5 ounces of chicken, about a fist size. If you had a salad with some vegetables and tomatoes and stuff, that would take up half the plate. Your Italian dressing might be your healthy fat, because we need some healthy fats in there too. And then you'd have a half a cup of brown rice for your healthy starch. Take note also, in a restaurant, a serving size of rice is generally about 2 cups. 2 cups of brown rice would have more calories than this whole meal. So you really just want to watch your portions. When you go to eat, grab a 9-inch plate. Okay, sugars matter. This is what we call the glycemic index charts. When we talk about numbers, 100 is pure sugar, and then everything is based on that. And so the low glycemic index foods are a lot healthier because they don't spike your blood sugar. They keep it more even. So for the most part, you want to pick things from the low glycemic index. I have a lot of clients who say, well, can I not ever eat pineapple again? No, of course you can eat pineapple, but it is a good rule of thumb to pair it with some of the lower glycemic foods. Maybe make a fruit salad and have some apples and peaches in there, as well as the pineapple, and then it kind of evens it out, brings the glycemic index down a little more. One thing that's interesting too is if you look on the vegetable chart, carrots are on here twice. It's a lot different if the carrots are cooked. Sometimes cooking the food changes the constitution. Raw carrots, they're only 30 on the glycemic index chart. Cooked carrots are up to 80, which is real high when you're thinking sugar's only 100. Education matters. We base this program on a program from Dr. Wayne Anderson called Habits of Health. This is the book that we use to teach. And you probably know people that have lost weight and gained it back, and that's because diets don't work. They just don't. It's all about habits. We have to rewire our brains. We have to think differently. We have to do things differently. And then reaching the number on the scale, like I said, just becomes a side effect of becoming a healthy person. As health coaches, is we are certified through the Villanova School of Nursing. It's important to have a good, safe program. If you've tried things and it hasn't worked, you've tried maybe to eat 6 meals a day, you've tried to get the proper nutrition, and you found that it's not working for you and you need help, there is free support available. The health coaches are free to you, and that's what we want to do. We honestly are on a mission to get America healthy. Here's some of the clients that I've personally taught and helped. Lamira, she lost 80 pounds. Jill, I went to school with Jill from elementary school and high school, and she's done great. She's lost 110 pounds on the program. Jessica is my son's little cute friend, and Ada is my neighbor across the street. She lost 80 pounds. When she first started the program, she literally couldn't get off the couch. She was hurting so bad. By the time she had been doing the program 5 months, she went skiing with her grandkids for the first time in 13 years, she said, and four-wheeling with her husband. She's like a totally new person. And then Pat and George, they live in Michigan. George actually had a heart attack 2 or 3 months into the program, and his doctor told him that had he not been on this program, he would have died. So not only do we add quantity to people's lives, but it adds quality to people's lives to learn these healthy habits. You want to think about who else needs help. Lots of people, right? We want you to help us eradicate obesity. So if this has helped you, please pass it on to anybody that you can possibly think might need it. And also, we need more health coaches. So if you're interested in joining the cause and becoming a health coach, just let me know. Anything you need. Again, my name's Wendy Hendry. My website is healthcanbeyours.com, and I have my phone number down there too. So I hope to be hearing from you and hope all is well. Thank you for listening.